What's going on, keepers? I'm Kane and this is Noodle. And today we've got all kinds of little updates and things that we've got going on, things that have changed and things in store. So stick around and see what we've got. Alright, for starters, we're going to start off in the living room. I know my house is a wreck, don't mind it. It was either shoot the video or clean the house, so here you go. One thing I'm about to work on right now is I'm going to clean out this tank and replant a lot of that stringy Ludwigia, maybe trim off some of that excess moss. And all the fish in this tank I'm going to move to my big 210 over there, and the 10-gallon over there with what I haven't introduced to you as a beta that my mother gave me. I'm going to be moving into this tank right here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. These are also new. We got a new hatchling rack for our snakes that should be hatching any day, really. I think today's like the 53rd or 54th day, and they're usually hatch around 60, so that'll be coming up soon. In here you can kind of see a little glimpse of him in there. This is a pied ball python that we picked up. He had a bad respiratory infection, and so we moved him in here to quarantine him. Now you may recognize this as tiny zone enclosure, so you already know what that means, but we'll get to that in a minute. I just stuck this air valve down in here, so the duckweed's like going mad. But of course our electric blue car in here. I don't think I had shown you guys, but I had cleaned this and gutted this thing out. It was like full of blue-green algae, and I eliminated that. And right now it's a little bit dirty, but like I said, it was shoot a video or clean everything, so you guys are getting a video. Our guppy grass up here with our guppies, just as normal. We do have some bad news on the Shelly tank. A disease got in there and they just started going off one by one, and I couldn't get a grip on it, so unfortunately those have all passed away, but that's alright. Sometimes that's just part of fish keeping. Our turtles, as always, you know. So I've been talking about downsizing, and we're actually getting ready to move here soon. We got some property, and hopefully in the next few months, or maybe even a little later than that, we might be moving. So what I'm thinking is, for now, I'm going to move the electric blue car into one of these 75s and probably sell off the rest of the guppies in the guppy grass, because they're easily sourced. It's not like I can't get more. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sell this whole triple 40 right here. Once I move the beta out of there into the 20, I'll probably go ahead and sell that 10-gallon, and then that'll leave me with 4 tanks for now, which will be the 210, the turtles, the electric blue, and the 75 below, which is now empty, and then the beta getting moved to the 20 long over there. And you know, I do plan on getting more tanks, but for now I'm wanting to downsize, and it's going to make it easier on me to just move some of those on, make my move easier. And then once I'm actually going to have a room for aquariums and reptiles once I get moved, and then I can set up more and, you know, get that whole new feeling going again. But with that, let's go ahead and move on back here to the reptile room. So here is Tiny's new enclosure. You can see she's got a lot more room in there. This is a 6x3x2, and what she was in was a 4x2x2. Of course, this isn't permanent either, but it is an upgrade for now. I got this, and then I actually built this stand, and it's got a heat mat underneath it, and it can sit on my incubator and my rodent rack, because I am just running out of room in this reptile room, but that's okay. Like I said, soon we're gonna have a new room. The lychee did get moved over to the terrarium we built. Now he's been pretty rough on the plants, not gonna lie. He's been squashing them things down, but it's to be expected, you know. There's our ball python eggs. You can kind of, my reflection's killing it, but you can kind of see them in there. Those should be hatching any day. So Rex got moved down here to the ground for now in the new setup. The tarantula enclosures, I'm not gonna lie, I have not touched them. They're still just sitting up there. And I'm gonna work on getting them moved over. Maybe even today, but probably not in the video. But I don't know, stick around, maybe I will. All the ball pythons are still doing good. Everything back here is doing pretty good steadily. I think this is the first time I've showed this layout since I've rearranged it. I actually really like it. It's nice. I mean, I'm basically maxed out on space, but you know, it looks good. It looks organized, and I actually have ample room. You can see kind of my feet and how to judge the space here to do stuff in here. I've had some stages to where you could barely walk around in here, and this is like a wide hallway of just enclosures. So it's pretty nice. I really enjoy it. This has definitely been my favorite setup so far, except for I don't like how high Tiny's cage is. You've got a good view here with my phone because I can hold it above my head, but my head is actually like, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of my camera here, but it's, you know, right level with that, so it's a little rough. I can get on my tippy toes and see her just fine, but my wife needs a step ladder, which is why we have a step ladder in here. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start working on that 20 gallon, and then I will check back in with you in a minute. Alright, well, we've made some progress here, some back-breaking progress. So I've got, I think, all the fish out of there. It's just 4 Corridoras and a bunch of Rio Tamazula goodiots. And yeah, look, you couldn't even see that big old plant in there. It was so covered up. So now it's just that big plant and the dwarf sage right now. There are a couple of coolie loaches in there, but you know, they wouldn't make it in that big 210 anyway, so we're just gonna stay in here. There is some of our trimmings, mostly just stems and garbage. Here's the Ludwigia I saved, and here's a whole bowl of moss. That moss has gotten wild. Yeah, a little bit of progress done, so I'm going to move these fish over to my 210, and that ought to give it some more life. And then, yeah, we'll get this filled up, get that Ludwigia planted back in, and that moss placed, and we'll move our bed over here. Here we go. We got this thing looking all right. So I took all the moss, and everything's gonna look kind of foggy, and there's little air bubbles all over the plants, but until, you know, give it a little bit and it'll clear up. But I took all the moss and I like try to wrap it around that filter over there, so hopefully that it'll just suck it to it and kind of feed it, pulling all the nutrients through the moss and hold it over there. I left this corner a little bit open, that way this plant can have more room to fan out and grow. And then I replanted all of our Ludwigia that we saved back here in the corner. Now, like I said, it looks a little foggy at the moment, but it'll clear up. And I took our 2 little pieces of bamboo out of the 10 gallon, put them over here. And of course, here's our little beta right here that we're going to be moving over. So, yeah, I think it looks a lot better. Now, one thing to remember with plants, they're always going to look worse before they look better, no matter what you do with them. The first time you plant them, they're gonna die off and shrink down and then come back. When you trim them or when you cut off and replant, they're gonna kind of look all like they do right now. They look like they're just in a wad. You know, as it has time to come back, they'll grow straight up towards the light and look all nice again. And some will die off and some will build back. Plants are kind of a slow game. Unless you're running CO2, You just, you know, give it its time. In a month or two, that Ludwigia will look nice. It'll be all filled out and probably about ready to trim again if I actually keep it up this time. But yeah, it looks a lot better, and our beta will be getting an upgrade from a 10 to a 20, and all those fish in here got an upgrade from a 20 to a 210, so nice, nice. I'm going to work on a few more things and we'll share it in this video, and then after that I think we're going to wrap it up. Alright, I think this is going to be the last bit for today's video. So I got the 10-gallon emptied out, and I went ahead and snagged all the plants I could and decorations out of there. Kind of make this look a little more full. And I like it. Like I said, give it a month, 2 months tops. This thing will be looking nice. But alright. Well, that's a good little update video for you today. And got to see me fix up a tank. Next time you check in, it may or may not have some more of these broke down. So anyway, I think that turned out pretty nice. Alright guys, well, I really appreciate you watching today's video. It's always fun keeping up with all the things that change around here and all the little things we're updating and keeping up with along the way. And who knows what we've got coming out next. But stick around and see what we've got. And as always, remember, your hobby can bring you joy, but only Jesus can bring you peace. I hope to see you guys in the next one.